How you doing, Patrick Ewing? Y'all know who Patrick Ewing is? Best know. Get familiar if you don't. One of the greats. Hey, in front of us is a triple Ractonite and a Megatron build fusion, and it's modeled to look like the gun tanks or the Doom Hunter. Actually, I really wish I remember who told me to do this, but there was somebody on Instagram, I believe, who was like, "Hey, you can make a Doom Hunter type like tank centaur thing by using Megatron as the bottom half and just applying somebody on the top using the 5mm tech." And I was like, "What?" Oh, just farted right there. Well, not me, him. I was like, "What?" And so I had it in the back of my mind, and I just never got around to it. Like, homie told me like this technique like hella months ago. I don't even remember when. But I kind of got around to it, and I was like, "Oh yeah, homie told me about that." I think it was somebody on Instagram. And if you're watching this video, by the way, let me know so that I can give you credit, or at least like pin your name or something like that. And I apologize for forgetting. Just so many conversations and so many. Anyway, you understand, right? He's not using 100% of the parts. I would say he's using most of the parts, I think. But yeah, I could have layered on more of it, but ultimately I just kind of decided not to, and then just kind of go with it. Um, but he still looks pretty good. He still looks pretty good. I mean, most of my builds still use 100% of the parts, but Ractonite is just a tough cookie for me, a tough nut for me to crack. And so, yeah, I just kind of went with what I kind of know. And he looks good. Like I said, he looks like some type of tank droid trooper off of like Hoth or something like that, in Star Wars, the Ice World. And yeah, he's nice, all sorts of like white, grays, and black hues. And yeah. I had a V1 that was a little bit more posable, that had more like arm articulation and stuff. But yeah, ultimately, I thought this version looked better. So I settled on this one. Yeah. So I know not many people have 3 Ractonites, but if you have a Ractonite, Tricranius, and a Master Dominus, I think you could pull off something like this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can, actually. Master D would be this head. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could pull it off, right? In terms of how this all works, it's really everything is just kind of plugged in to the forearms over here. You can see right there the hip connectors plugged in to the forearms. And which Megatron is this? I think this is Earthrise. Yeah. And yeah, pretty much that's where everything's connected. And so once you remove that, not that everything falls apart, but everything just disconnects, so to speak. Initially, I had some cool gimmicks. I don't know if it still retains it. Like if you move this whole bit, like this part used to move like pistons. Like I don't see how it's kind of moving, but it's just coming apart now. Yeah, there was a point when I didn't have as many parts there. Maybe it was because I added this part. It was a lot more fluid and it looked like pistons and hydraulics. That was like really cool. I think it is because this is in here. Maybe we'll see after when I'm disassembling it. So we'll do that right now. We'll sashimi him up. Y'all like sashimi? Yeah, you eat that sashimi. You know it is like in Korea we call it hue. It's basically raw fish. I'm not a fan. I mean, my heritage tells me that I should be a fan, but yeah, I can't eat that stuff, dude. It's all, I don't know. The texture is weird. The taste is okay. The texture is just too weird for me. I'm down with the California rolls, and there's a Korean version of sushi called kimbap, which I think is far superior. And you can challenge me on that, but I think kimbap is way better than sushi. But cultural preference, right? But yeah, sashimi, I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan. So this is just a rack body, and the dyno head just plugged in. And that's easy enough. And these are the forearms and fists. You basically do that on both sides. Going back to sushi, though, I'm a big lover of wasabi, though. Wasabi, the green stuff, wasabi, or the green stuff, the really spicy stuff. Dude, I dig that a lot. Sometimes I'll be putting so much, like I'll be crying and stuff, and like my nose, it gets all up in there. But I'm even salivating while thinking about it and talking about it. Or it's because I just salivate and then drool. Like I need a bib straight up. This I've always thought as, by the way, like I always feel like the combiners, each of the fossilizers actually have a combined hidden head. I've always thought that this is Ractonite's hidden like gestalt head like that, and I think it looks really fantastic. Perfect clearance, perfect fitting, And Paleotrex has a version 2 actually, where you can thread the robot's face through the mouth, the robot's neck through the mouth of the dinosaur. And Wingfinger, you know, we have that extra head already built in. And so that's been my theory. So, all right, we took the head crest off. And so now we're just kind of looking at this bot over here. I kind of don't want to take him apart because, yeah, maybe I'll just talk you through it. I'll just talk through it. But I still want to remove this part to see if I can get the pistons back. You know, I'm just going to take off the whole thing. All right. So this, where's the focus, Daniel-san? There we go. This is the hip covering for the Ractonite, and inside we have the hip connector. And this is going to act as the shoulder connector, and this is going to act as the bicep connector, right? And we have that in there, and then just we have that tail, the pointy bit, and this is just point, 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 point. And this is the bit that I added onto the bottom, all right? So previously, let's see if it works out. No. Whatever, dude. Forget it. Forget it. I swear it worked before. I swear it worked before. So, all right. So you have the hip connector, the hip. You thread that down. You plug it into the big foot. The big foot you attach to the small foot, the peg right there. And this wraps around. And it's going to plug into that peg right there. And I'll just kind of like hastily put it together. This goes in there. This goes in here. And this you're just using to kind of fill up this space over here. You know what I mean? So let me remove both of these. One more time, I'll show you. It's the hip connector, the hip and the inside connected to the big leg. The sole connects to that the tail part. This part connects to the peg on the sole of this foot. And then you just have another big foot plugged into the peg that protrudes up from here. And this will plug in to the peg by the belly. Speaking of belly, I was watching this, I think that's one of the DMX movies. I was watching this documentary about DMX, and he broke down crying, saying that his mom never loved him. And so that's kind of sad, dude. Rest in peace, DMX. Yeah. So this is how it works. You saw that, right? Okay. Now on the bottom part, you know what I realized? I don't think I took a picture of the thumbnail, so I got to put this guy back together. It's all good. So on over here, we just have the arms, and then we flip the forearm so that the holes are facing upward. And then we've just plugged in the rack body and then the rack hips. And because I'm going to have to put them back together to take the picture, let's go through and do this. I can already tell you right now, this video is not going to be popular. I can already tell you. I usually have a pretty good sense now of what's going to pop and what's not. This one's not going to pop. I'm pretty sure. And why is it not going to pop? Because fossilizers are not really relevant anymore. People aren't really searching for them like they used to when they first came out. And that's all gravy. You know, it just happens like that, baby. And so that's why I try to prioritize some of the new stuff that's been coming out, because people are searching for it. And even though they may not be searching for fan modes, they look up needle nose. Hopefully my video will appear in the search queries, the search results rather. And people will come watch the videos and be entertained on this channel. But Ractonite, Megatron always gets good hits, so maybe I'll promote the Megatron aspect of it a little bit more for the thumbnail or the what is it, the title. But yeah, Ractonite's not very popular, and neither are fossilizers right now. So I don't think this is going to be a popular video, but it's all gravy, baby. Just gonna do our thing and just keep making content. Yeah. And so 10 minutes of your life you have shared with me, and I'm really, really grateful for that. Hope you have been entertained by the build, by this conversation, the yimmer and the yammering and the stammering and the drooling. I'm going to bounce. I will talk to you all another time, okay? Adios. Bye-bye.